So it's really pull from other successes and borrow from a lot of the things they do. And if you pull from enough different sources, then it's original. It's you.
All right, guys, we are back. We caught Chandler off guard for our quarter to 100 episode. It's episode 25. That didn't come out the way I wanted it to. But it's episode 25 of the Not So Serious Life. This is cool. Like, these are just moving right along, right?
Are you ready to guess the Beatle? You were ready to play Guess the Beatle?
I didn't know we were going to do that again. I got the first
we're
one.
Guess the Beatle. You got it last time, and I want you to take a second so our viewers have a chance to make their own guess when they see this Beatle. This is going to be a fairly easy one, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna wait.
Guess the Beatle.
Okay, so I know it's not Paul McCartney. I know it's not Ringo Starr. So I'm trying to remember who the other Beatles are.
Oh man, are you that young? Really?
What do you? I'm 35.
Wow.
What's Miley's? What was Miley's
for this show? If I had known you didn't know the Beatles, I wouldn't have signed.
Okay, there's Paul. There's Ringo.
Never mind. This was so obvious.
There's Karl Marx.
There are people yelling at the screen right now.
Steven Spielberg, is he one of them?
Oh.
Is Elvis a Beatle? No. Okay.
No.
So can you tell me who it is?
Well, listen.
Because I'll stop the show and Google it.
So clear. He's sitting. He's got drumsticks in his hands, and that's his face.
I get it. He looks like everybody at my family reunions. I don't.
Who was the drummer in the Beatles? Well, let's start there.
Steve, this is the thing. You're doing the thing where people say, "Do you remember Jennifer?" And they go, "No." And so the person says, "Jennifer," like saying it slower and louder.
Drummer. You say it louder. Right? Drummer.
We have wasted 2 minutes on me figuring out who the drummer. I'm just gonna friggin' Google it. Okay. Give me a hint. Give me one hint.
And go Richard Starkey.
Richard Stark.
Ringo Starr. Let's go. On with the show.
Well, I didn't get it. What's his name?
Ringo.
Oh, that was Ringo?
Yes.
I said Ringo.
You didn't say Ringo.
I did. I said it's not Paul McCartney and it's not Ringo. So you should have focused.
It's not Ringo. That doesn't count as Ringo.
Stop being a victim.
Say it's not Ringo. You want that to count as you said it was Ringo when you said it was not Ringo?
What is this, Jeopardy? I have to have the perfect form of the answer?
Let's have the question.
You know what? It's Cocoa Krispies. Chocolate makes everything better. The question today is, Steve, why can't you make more relevant musical references on the show? No, I'm kidding. That's not what it said. See what I did there? All right, the question today comes...
See where you went with that. Yeah. Brilliant.
Really unexpected, huh?
Brilliant.
All right, the question today comes from Anne. And Anne says, how do you set yourself up for success when you want to create something new? How do you set yourself up for success when you want to create something new? And so Anne continues, and she wrote, what are your suggestions as to the best way to set yourself up for success when preparing to create blog posts, programs, etc.? Now, before we answer that, Steve, she asked like 3 or 4 questions in the one email, and I was thinking about like taking them as separate questions, and we'll use them as time goes by. But I realized a pattern here, and I want to see if you see the pattern here too. The other things she asked were, what's the best way to put a stop to procrastination? How do you prepare for the week so that you are being productive and having fun along the way? And what do you do when you have so many things that are calling for your attention so you can prioritize them? Do you see?
Well, yeah, and you forgot the other question. How do you choose which question to send to the Not So Serious Life?
That's my question for next week.
But the questions were all good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. So should I go ahead and go first this time?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. So I love all the questions, Anne, and it's things that I've absolutely experienced in my life so many times. And the question that I'm seeing, there were obviously several different questions, but the questions that I'm seeing for me revolve around energy management and space management, right? It's not, for me, I used to, especially before Time Warrior, I used to try to see how can I be more productive? And productive means how do I shove everything in, more and more things, more and more stuff on my plate, how do I shove it all into the same amount of time? And that always left me really frustrated and tired and just resenting people and things, and it wasn't fun. And so really having that space management, simplifying instead of trying to cram everything in, and also the energy management part. So what that means for me is, especially when you talk about your original question about setting yourself up when you want to create something new, I know personally that I am at my best creatively, that I can use the majority of my energy early in the day, like in the morning, like super early in the morning. That's where I'm really like raring to go. So if I want to be super creative and create something new, like a program or a blog post, I want to create space around the time when I know my energy is at its highest, as opposed to like having an entire day of coaching calls and then saying, okay, now that that's all done, I'm going to spend 2 hours doing something that I know requires a lot of my energy. And so for me, I just try to be very aware of what that looks like. That's kind of my thing. What do you think, Steve?
Well, I love that. I agree with all that. I also think creativity is more combining things than it is coming up with something out of nothing. So I want to look for the proper use of heroes. Who do I want to copy? Who do I want to pull from? So if I want to be a successful blogger or write a successful book, then I want to read a bunch of books that are books like I want my book to be like. Or if I want to have a successful show, I want to watch people having a show. So it's really pull from other successes and borrow from a lot of the things they do. And if you pull from enough different sources, then it's original. It's you. And so don't worry so much about putting it all on your own shoulders, because everything that you could think of to do has been done before. It's been done really well, and you can learn from success. Success leaves clues. It shows you how to do it. So the question is, just do it. And what most people do is they envy people. So they envy people who are in their field, who are doing better than they are. And so they have this terrible feeling about the person, instead of, what can I learn? What can I use? What are they doing that I can do my version of?
Yeah, so I love that. So to Anne's question about setting yourself up for success when you're preparing to create something, is it seems like what you're saying, Steve, partly is to release the pressure of it having to be this amazing, tremendous, 100% original new thought that nobody's ever done before, and just relax into creating from the things that inspire you. Like Steal Like an Artist is a great book, right, by Austin Kleon, and talks a lot about this. So I'd say get that book and really just relax into seeing how you can have fun instead of making it this monumental task that you have to complete.
Yeah.
Cool.
And rather than thinking in terms of success, think in terms of progress. Just I want to make a little progress every day.
I love that. Little progress. 5 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, whatever it is, it's a lot better than nothing. Awesome. I love that. And I also want to take a second while we're here together to shout out another one of our amazing Inner Circle members, Meredith in Virginia, who you and I both know well, is fantastic. Such a tremendous support system for the show, and is a huge fan of yours, and has read like a dozen of your books in the last few months, and just a real, beacon of light, lover of service, being of service, and a great supporter of the show. So Meredith, thank you so much for your love and support. We really, truly appreciate it. You rock. All right, guys, that was episode number 25. Cannot believe we're over the 25 hump now. And it was great. I think that was a great show. What do you think, Steve?
Well, I think it was progress.
It's not success, it's progress.
Progress.
I love that. I'll go with that. Until next time, guys, send your questions over to us, questions@thenotsoseriouslife.com. If you have not signed up for our Inner Circle, head over to thenotsoseriouslife.com and sign up for that so we can send you free stuff, because that's always fun. And until next time, we love you. We mean it. Peace out.
Bass.